His gospel career kick-started about a decade and a half ago when this golden soprano voice mesmerized and lured the legendary gospel singer Mojeremane, who ended up featuring him on his first 3 hit projects. Throughout his singing career, Ronee Sathekge spent his time as a backing vocalist for some of the biggest gospel legends in South Africa. He has since released 4 albums as a solo artist, and his latest offering is titled Re Ya Go Rorisa, was released early this year. Ronee is in the studio to tell us more about his album and 4 other albums. Good morning. Welcome to Morning Live.
Thanks very much. And
let's talk about you being dubbed the Zion Worshipper. Where did this come from?
Oh, yeah, it started a long time ago. Yes, decades ago. Yeah, when I was singing in our church as a staunch member of the Zion Christian Church. Yeah, so these people, they heard me singing with this soprano, and you know what, I was like versatile. I wasn't like a person who's singing only with a certain style of singing. I mean a specific style of singing only. I was, you know, like versatile. You know, you can use me when you are recording jazz, you can record me, you can use me when you are recording gospel, you can use me anyway. So that's whereby they started saying, but people of this type of maybe this kind of your voice, they usually do worshiping. Then I said to them, you know what? Okay, if that's the case, I'm gonna be the first Zion worshiper. I'm gonna do it in our church, and that's where I started now.
Why gospel though? Why not any other genre?
I was born and bred in a Christian family. In Wombats, Bela Bela. And you know, I think gospel chose me. I didn't choose it. I didn't choose it. It just chose me. That's where it all started there.
And at some point you took a break from music. Why was that?
Oh, by then, you know, I was under Osh Music Production, of which I was under Ole Seng's stable. So what happened is that the time when he was involved in an accident, unfortunately I couldn't release any album. I was just doing bakings for other artists. That's whereby I took you know, a break. But you know, sometimes God does his miracles, because he knew that I'm gonna take a break, and then when I come back, I'm gonna come back with a different genre. Yes.
Let's talk about your work as a backing vocalist and how that shaped the Ronee that is sitting here with 4 albums.
You know, working with different artists, you know, it's like when you are at school, you know, you graduate day by day. You know, when you are in the industry, you get more experience, and that's whereby when I was baking these other artists, then the professional ones, then that's whereby I just told myself, you know what, now is my time, and then I have more experience now. That's why most of the artists, they usually use me based on the soprano that I'm doing. Not to say I'm only doing soprano. No. I can also sing other voices.
Let's talk about who else you worked with on this album.
I worked with Putuma. I worked with Nelson Moloi. I worked with Buhle. Yes, and I worked with Sipokekana.
What for you was the highlight of putting this album together?
You know what, to be fair honest with you, when Buhle and Putuma and Nelson Moloi, when they, you know, when I was working with them, you know what, I never knew before that I'm gonna work with that team. So usually I was just admiring them. You know, I was taking them like, you know what, I was seeing them far. You know, like the Putumas. You know, they worked with Benjamin Dube and they worked with so many artists. You know, I was like, you know what, this is a blessing in disguise. Now is my time, that so that I can show the world that now Ronee's back. Then I'm gonna push the album.
All right, Ronee, thank you so much for talking to us this morning. He calls himself the first Zion worshiper, gospel singer Ronee Sathekge's golden soprano voice and his unique style of music, talking to us about his album Re Ya Go Rorisa, also was released earlier this year. Stay on the program. He'll perform for us one last time around just before 7 o'clock. Let's take another break. Stay with us.